Infiltrate Prosperity Tower to rescue Raymond Black.
Be a safe escalator user. Hold the handrail and take care of children and the elderly.
Infiltrating the headquarters of a megacorp and locating Raymond Black will be challenge enough. Extracting him from his mother assist device before his memories are permanently altered is another thing altogether. You hop to the MTR South Island line and roll noisily down to the nearby island of Appalachia, a dense forest of soaring skyscrapers and corporate greed. Amid them, blending innocuously with its neighbors, stands Prosperity Tower. Emerging from the MTR station, you find a delivery van waiting for you, just where Strangler Bayo said it would be. You pull the van around the building to the loading dock of Chang Mechanical Services and its CEO, Josephine Chang. Hmm. Hmm. Metallic scent hits you as you enter the loading dock, and a swirl of gas, oil, and steel packing crates. The fluorescent lighting above casts a gross hue throughout the dingy garage. One of the lights in the corner is out, smashed in by the looks of it. It seems that behind the scenes world of Tang is just as dirty as its business practices. Not, not far in front, not far in front of your stand, a couple of corporate workers, unaware of, or at least indifferent to, your presence. Security may look light, but we're not in yet. We'll, words will only get us so far. Things are about to get heated eventually. Just be prepared to cover your ass when the bullets fly. We've got a lot to get past before we can get to Raymond. He's right. Keep our objective inside. Kindly said we can find information on Raymond's location in the security stations. It'll be tricky getting into them, but once we do, that's also where we can cut the alarm system. Once we find Raymond, I'd be happy to help with his liberation. Isabel wraps her fingers on her cyberdeck. Oh, and as for the Tang security passes, we shouldn't rely solely on them. They'll help, but using them alongside our own wits will be most effective. What are our options? The loading dock supervisor is glued to his monitor, his hand holding a sound piece up to his right ear. You hear a faint cheer come from the device, and he shoves his fist into the air in triumph. Score! With his eyes now on the screen, he spots you. Well, it's about time. He pauses as he takes in your appearance. You really the special carrier Wuxing sent to deliver our load of environment controller chips? None other than. Skepticism tints his expression. Let's see your credentials. Show him your Forge ID. You see his eyes start over the ID. He glances at you before sighing and pushing it away. Checks out, huh? Delivery standards have really dropped these days. Take the shipment to the security station in the sub-basement. This door here will lead you to the right door. Once you check things in at the station, head back here. Don't wander off. Your clearance is for the sub-basement and the sub-basement only. The guards around here are strict as sin. Made a joke to one once and he nearly glared me in half. I swear, they must have their sense of humor surgically removed. Yep, thanks for the tip. So keep an eye open. We have permission to be on this level, so we might as well take a look around. First aid station. Don't know that. Well, that's where we can't go, obviously. Locker room. This locker is large and sturdy and protected by a simple keypad. And who are you supposed to be? First day, was told to report here. Well then, welcome to the shit show that is floor B3. Our boss is a dick, bad at everything and loves to blame others. That's why the company put her down here. Any tips? Yeah, don't fuck up. You're at Zang now. Not even our god-awful boss will tolerate anything less than your best. In fact, I suggest you make it a habit to check in with her early. She hates it when people are late. And with how much she enjoys pointing that finger. Stay on her good side. He locks his locker and heads out. Security. Okay, that's where we need to go. You're greeted by the sight of a dwarf leaning against the desk, nose deep inside a book. A plaque next to her hip reads Maintenance Lead. She holds up her fingers to silence you, eyes locked on her story. After a moment, she dog-ears her page and sets the book on top of the desk. By the way she sizes you up, you can tell that she's not in the business of making friends. Yes. Okay. New employee orientation told me to report here for training assignments until the new shift rotation. Before you do anything around here, you gotta change out of those ridiculous clothes. Hit the locker room and grab a uniform. Show some goddamn company pride. He studies you again, clearly unimpressed. But at least they finally sent somebody here. Sent me somebody. Here, the locker code. That's pretty much what we wanted, I guess. 2627. We change our attire now. This locker is large and sturdy and protected by a simple keypad. The locker opens with a faint click. Inside are shrink-wrapped Chang maintenance uniforms. Maybe we should have gone to the security station first. The rest of your team begrudgingly rifles through the locker, picking out uniforms closest to their size. One by one they button up, and soon a hodgepodge of frumpy maintenance workers stand before you. A little tight in the arms, but great on the hips. I could really tear up a dance floor in this. Cuphead swivels her hips and spins on her heel. When she comes back around, she grabs her chin and strikes a pose. This is the pose I'll use to win her hearts. He straightens up and pats the uniform. Hope Chang doesn't mind if I keep this. Much better. Should I assume that this is your new sector? That's what they told me. He lets out a brief breath of relief. About time I got some help down here. I've got a task to break you in fast. The auto-coupler on the main terminal is out. Flow regulators need a restart. Engage its airflow mixers, then report back to me. What is this? Going down. A standard model terminal. Everything looks fairly basic, including its controls. You notice something flashing in the corner of the screen. A message entitled Urgent. Young Thomas to maintenance office. Lee, I need you to get your team together and fix the climate turbine. Make it top priority. It's been radiating heat on warm days and cooling on cold days. People around the office are getting pissy. I'm not going to take their shit on your behalf, so the longer you wait, the more your quarterly review will suffer. Thomas Young, Vice President of Building Maintenance. Attached to the message is a work order. Red sentence reads, accept task. Sure. Good work, Rookie. That's all I need for now. Why don't you take a break? Just do it outside of my office. I've got a date with a new novel. Oh, wait. Did I mention that the terminal had another maintenance request in it? Something about fixing a turbine? I accepted the task. She slams her hands on top of her desk. What? You signed off on the goddamn turbine engine. We can't do that. I'd need at least a crew of 4 level 3 techs to even do an evaluation on that thing. The longer the request sat in the system, the worse it'd look for us anyway. Anger drains from her. She closes her eyes and rubs her temples. Shit, Rookie. If you signed off on the order, we've got to do it, or this department is sunk. This is what we're gonna do. You head to the turbine, I'll unlock admin controls from here. Now, it's a very important, very expensive piece of machinery, so you need to do exactly what I say, got it? Got it? Hopefully this leads to somewhere. A live video window is open in the middle of the terminal screen. You see the face of the ever-tense maintenance manager glaring back at you. Alright, look, rookie. I've started the turbine in standby mode, so its electronics should be working. I need you to troubleshoot the issue from your end, and while I reference the machine's manual on my end. Now let's see. It says here we should start by repressurizing the hydraulics. There should be a program on your terminal specifically for monitoring and controlling the turbine. Once you're in there, select the hydraulics and hit the appropriate command. The turbine hisses as the hydraulics pressurize. Well, that's something. Indicator lights are still red, though. Sometimes the engine's seismoradar connection becomes misaligned, so try adjusting that. Shouldn't need to move it more than a couple of centimeters. The machine remains unchanged. Maybe the rotor speed needs to be recalibrated. Something groans inside the turbine and the base of the rotor begins to rumble. Hey, that's it! Don't let the noise fool you. We've identified the problem. The rotor must have been recalibrated to the opposite of what it needed. One more try and it should fix the turbine. Give it a go. Do we want to repair it or sabotage it? I guess I'm gonna repair it because we don't specifically have a plan. I suppose it would. Let's see where this goes. The rumbling sound of the machine steady and its indicator lights turn green. That's what I want to hear. Great work. I'll remember this come your next review. Anything else? Since you're new here, that means you're part-time, right? So I suggest you head on home. Catch up on some trick. You deserve it after this. I guess we should have sabotaged it. Just don't have the proper key codes. Okay. So I guess we're just going to murder a guy? 'Cause that's the only thing we can do. Can't go to other levels. The guard's brow furrows as you approach. He looks giddy, or maybe antsy as he flexes the hand closest to his shotgun. Halt! This area is off limits. Only select personnel are allowed in here. You have identification? Don't they send me here for new employee or orientation? At your words, he seems to relax. He glances at your passes hardly long enough to read anything, and returns his gaze to you. Welcome aboard. I'm pretty new myself. Just finished up orientation a month ago. Go on ahead. Good luck. Thanks. Well, so what exactly do we need to do? Use the Decker Remnant Score location, hacking a security station. There's no mandatory thing that it has to be this security station though. On the elevator wall is a large panel covered in buttons. A keypad is mounted beside it. Buttons are left unlabeled, but you know that from the plastic-faced man's data which floors have security stations. So sales and acquisitions or research? We'll go sales and acquisitions, I guess. It's likely less protected. A timid woman looks at you from her station. Excuse me, sir. The Chang employees on this floor may only be seen through a pre-approved appointment. Not even maintenance is exempt. Do you have an appointment? This will only take a second. Just need to tweak some air units. If they get fixed on your watch, it'll look good on your record. Then I can get on with the rest of my work orders too. Win for both of us. What do you say? She fiddles with an earring. I don't see why not. Just try to have an appointment ready next time, okay? Access the air units. Will you need employees to clear the area? I can get security to usher people out if that'll help. No need to bother anyone. I can work around them. Have a good one. You too, sir. Well, guess the high charisma bullshitting helps at least a little. What is this? VP of Operations. Yeah, that's probably trouble. But at the same time, it could give us something useful. The woman before you looks like one very burned out suit. What do you want? On the look of you, I'd say quarterlies are just around the corner. How's your team doing? Need to talk about it? She chews on her lips, unsure. With a sigh, she speaks. Yeah, why not? Doubt I'll ever see you again. I could use a good venting session. It's the stack ranking here. My team, contracts and acquisitions, is in the deep end, but not because we're slackers like sales would have you believe. The way she bites into the word sales reeks of enmity. Because the system isn't based on merit, we're working our asses off over here while sales doesn't even have to lift a finger. And while they're ranked ahead of us, they're way behind work-wise. But guess what? Chang doesn't care about it. All they look at are the ranks. Come this quarterly review, whoever's last in the stack rankings will get demoted, or worse, sent back to the training pool. He shudders. I'll bet the other team is taking advantage of the situation too. You don't have to tell me. Sales is reveling in our distress and dropping their success in our faces. But it's not just that. They're also undermining our work by denying us important data that my team needs in order to hand off our contracts to Chang upper management, as if the rankings weren't enough. What if I could get you that data? It gives you a long look. What's in it for you? I need into this floor's security station. I need into this floor's security station. I'm sure we can arrange something. I'm offering to help you tilt the balance between your team and sales. What do you think? I have the code, but... But what? I'm not supposed to have it. I technically don't have the credentials either. I'm kind of seeing one of the guys in security. He wanted me to have a safe place in case anything ever happened here. Don't worry, if it comes to it, I'll take the heat. Okay, I'll do it. The sales team's data for the station code. That's the deal. Understood. Well, at least we have a goal. And we might get in there without causing too much fuss. Is this the security station? The hell you think you're doing? Sorry, is this not a public terminal? What does it look like, asshole? Get out of here! How can I help you, sir? Got word about a level 8 maintenance issue right here in your office. If it's not fixed now, things will get messy. I need everyone out of this room for the next half hour. Her mouth drops open, but after the initial surprise drains away, she looks doubtful. What kind of issue are we talking about? Yeah, charisma is basically keeping us afloat here. A very serious issue. I know how valuable your time is, so this repair job is top priority. I'll be in and out in the time it takes you to grab a soy cap. She straightens up and immediately takes on an air of authority. Our time is valuable, as befits a team of our importance. I appreciate the respect and high priority that we've been given. We'll return shortly, so you'd best be finished by the time we're back. Oh, and don't leave a mess. No problem, I'll have it fixed in a flash. See that you do. Yes. Good, good. Get out of my way. A quick look is all it takes to reveal that this terminal is an on-networked workstation, sitting there all unattended and vulnerable. It's just asking, begging to be hacked. Isabel. Isabel smirks and raises her hands, wiggling her fingers in the air. It's weak. I've got this. Within a matter of seconds, she's entered a string of commands and transferred several classified files onto a data stick, which she casually drops into your hand. It has been defeated. You're welcome. Good. You get it? Right here. Ah, yes, perfect, thank you. As promised, here is the code. A stroke of fear seems to freeze her. I'm not going to get into any trouble, right? You covered your trail. I've covered my trail. Here, security station card for level 26. Ah, shit, yeah, this is not gonna go well, but... What are you doing here? We didn't call for maintenance. Charisma 7 now is... yeah... Sort of a half-assed commitment to charisma is no longer good enough in a situation like this. You have to be very, very convincing. Heard you needed a level 5 tune-up. We finally got all the parts in, but there are other departments on the waiting list. We can skip you for now, but I'll have to put this station back on the bottom of the list. His back stiffens. Whoa, there's no need for that. Please come in. If you could start with that desk in the back, we'd be awfully grateful. Then I'll get to work. As maintenance, I'll need access to the security terminal. Should take about an hour for the full install. Don't wait up. Our terminal? Well, if you have to, but make it quick. We've got a lot of sensitive materials in here there. Yeah, what a lot of bullshit. We need some kind of a magic to get people to swallow this tribe. You could easily jack the cyberdesk into this computer, which someone has considerably left unsupervised. Ah, 365, so there's gonna be fighting here. System response level 9, so this is about as good as it's gonna get. This will mean that there's mandatory fighting going on. Okay, that's the... what? Explore the core systems. What are we doing here? Discover Raymond's location, use ticker. Security node in connected node. The mandatory fighting and watchers. We need a kill if we can manage it. Yikes. Yeah, might have to be in this kind of the corporate system quite a lot on this mission. So we can't afford to get the system trace to go up. Oh shit. Shit. Internal announcement, Chang security increase. The Chang company has increased its security measures in a company-wide movement to protect its investments. Chang actions on this matter are to remain company knowledge only. Any mention or leak of this information will not be tolerated. Employees found guilty of divulging said security movement to outside parties will be blacklisted and purged from Chang Mechanical Services. Security protocols will double through Chang proper. In the case of Laboratory 12, security will be enhanced threefold for optimum protection. Those who work in Laboratory 12 will be upgraded to Omega level clearance. Admittance to the laboratory will be heavily monitored and all visitors must have Omega clearance or higher with critical businesses in the area. The captain of the station has pre-approved a limited release of Laboratory 12 elevator code to Omega personnel. Receipt of this message is proof of your authorization. Warning: this information is highly sensitive and should remain restricted to Omega Plus knowledge only. Violators will experience the aforementioned blacklisting and company purging. A list of digital conversations that have been sent from this floor appears. One in particular, an exchange between a Tseng executive and an employee in accounting, looks promising. I was informed that you are the best person to contact regarding the passcodes for the Medical Research Center. There's a new recruit to the accounting team, and with security being so tight, I lack access to the center's files that are necessary to form my biannual accounting report. I'd appreciate if you'd send me the codes by EOD today. No. What you're asking is extremely unorthodox and in blatant disregard of company protocol. My department is under constant scrutiny and I can't afford a leak. You'll have to go through the proper channels and fill out the required paperwork if you want the passcodes. Dear Miss Lin Zhao, allow me to rephrase my earlier request. You sent me the passcodes and I'll review the Magical Research Center finances. I heard that your lab's been hemorrhaging funds this last quarter. Perhaps I could message those numbers to make the lab appear more monetarily efficient. Attached are the passcodes for my department's core system terminal. You will access the system only under my direct supervision. Welcome to Chang Mechanical Services. Lab 12 access code 44526. Hmm. Any other things we can hack at the moment? Security node in a connected node. No, there really isn't anything for us to do here. Wonder if we can go in here. Guard might object, but VP of Operations, yeah. That's a huge risk. At the same time, we have these optionals and I'm not sure how to hack security network nodes to weaken tank security. Nodes hack 0. But how do we hack those? Explore core systems. Yeah, I'll go talk to these people, see what happens. I'm not quite sure I get what we need to do. A calm, stern-faced man stands before you. He casually checks his watch as he addresses you, his voice tinged with boredom. I've been expecting you. Like the maintenance uniforms, by the way. An enemy in our skin. Classic infiltration tactics. And who are you? Think of me as a business partner. I never do business with a corporate dog. I can't be polite to this guy. I can only wouldn't dream of it. Never do business with a corporate dog. Are you done yet? I have places to be, people to kill. Yeah, terrible options. I wouldn't dream of it. I'm out of here. He snaps his fingers and the guards behind him train their weapons in on your position. Before you decide anything, at least hear me out. You're in a position to come out of this with an edge against Chang. That alone should be enough to pique your interest. Alright. It just so happens that you stumbled into the right place at the right time. He keeps his gestures subtle. He can't hide the cockiness in his voice. I imagine that doesn't happen often in your line of work. I'm listening. I know you are on the job, but this won't take long. Josephine is running this company into the ground, much like the way you're undermining her efforts here today. I too am preparing to make a move against her, and therein lies the beauty of our situation. We're in a position to help each other out. What exactly do you need done? It's simple. I give you access to Chang's core system, and while inside, you retrieve some data for me. Won't that look pretty bad on your access history? The corners of his eyes crease as a flat smile stretches across his jaw. A little studio editing and some creative violence on my guard's part, and we'll claim you assaulted us and injured the Matrix by force. Your invasion of our direct system will only bolster our strikes against Josephine. Deal. I certainly don't want to start a firefight. He clasps his hands together. Excellent. The information I need is in the data stored labeled foreign accounts. Return those files to me and you're welcome to whatever else you find in the Matrix. Don't get clumsy. Avoid setting off the system alert, or my associates and I will have to kill you to cover our part of this scheme. I can't afford to arouse any suspicion. And should you try to leave this office and I don't have my files, our deal is off, and I'll see to it that you don't leave this building alive. Play your cards right, runner. And this may be the beginning of a new business relationship. Well, it's not like we have options. An elegant terminal, no doubt teeming with valuable Chang information. It's unattended. One quick motion and you could probably jack into it with a Saturday. Hey, stealthy, stealthy, stealthy. Probably a fight. Oh, what is that? Destroyer. 375 hit points. Tang Business Archive. Yeah, this doesn't look like they have really tracers here. Can I get to some kind of cover? Shit. There's no way I can kill it in a turn. And you can't see shit. Lovely. What the fuck? Pretty sure that was it. Fuck. A series of holographic components spring from this data archive, linked by relational vectors. Finance records on Walled City project. Glowing bluish. Okay. Document cluster. Blah blah blah. Walled City low income housing project. Financial records and reporting. Executive summary. The executive summary describes the finances of the Walled City construction contract. Tang Mechanical Services received about 950 million from other corporations by the Executive Council. It then spent this money to build the Walled City. Most is a dense description of cost targets metrics, financial analysis, and accounting methods. However, a short section of the final paragraph stands out. Achieved 35% diversion of funds, while maintaining workmanship at generally acceptable levels. Severe downward cost pressures, large finance risk, and information control presented major challenges in executing the final strategy for the lab or world area. The co-construction of two concurrent initiatives, the construction project and prosperity, presented a major financial as well as operational challenge. Such large funding diversions are difficult to adequately obfuscate. The author again wishes to note that official records, in their current form, still may not withstand scrutiny during the post-project audit by the Executive Council. Deep revision ex post facto is advised. Scanned files. The language of these documents is an opaque fog of finance and accounting. Without special training, it is incomprehensible. The associated visuals are a tangle of pie charts and dynamic graphs with data layers like pre-adjustment accruals, taxable share and payroll allocations, and depreciated flow. Most are uninteresting or esoteric. However, three options stand out. Master cash flow. A layer of luminous green lines appear, flowing through the system chart. They appear to be budgets and fund reservoirs, coded for various purposes. The green lines are divided into two sections. Each has glowing white text beneath. Project receivables 943 million, funds reallocated 609 million. Diversion percentage 35%. This is an enormous scrolling list of the world's city construction expenses. Next to each is a single word, redacted. Utilities and excavation. A dense network of tiny nodes and branching lines appear inside the system chart. It seems to be a granular mapping of all utility-related allocations, expenditures, and assets. An organizational hierarchy forms beside the system chart, listing upper management of the utilities component. At the top, you see a familiar name, Edward Chang, Vice President of Special Projects. Directly beneath him are two subordinates, Cameron Yu, Construction Engineer, Excavation and Utilities. Under Cameron Yu, a full organizational chart pans out dozens of names and positions. The name of the second subordinate is missing. In its place is a single word, redacted. Under the second subordinate, a much larger organizational chart appears, with hundreds of nodes. In this second chart, however, the same word accompanies every node, redacted. Funds reallocation substructure. Thin threads of yellow light spring from numerous nodes in the huge system chart and begin flowing through others. The yellow threads snake down below, bouncing through a series of nodes and changing colors, until they converge into a single brilliant point. An incandescent white word appears inside, prosperity. Here we found the evidence. Inside the foreign accounts file is a series of recent transactions. It looks pretty standard, several Tang monetary deals with foreign partners and businesses, some money incoming, some outgoing. A closer look at the files and a variance in the pattern appears. It seems a few of the deals are encoded to prevent them from appearing in the company's standard financial logs. Interestingly, of the handful of encoded files, all contain records of deals established through bribery with some of Chang's business partners. Even more interesting is the chunk of clean yuan that's attached to the data. You exit the core system. The vice president watching nearby visibly relaxes. Well, took you long enough. You got it all in one ship, right? Handy to hear. You ordered embezzlement? Got it. He naps the chip from your outstretched hand. Very good. You came through as promised. A wise choice. I may have need of reliable people such as yourself in the future. Looking forward to it. Okay, this is very good. Those hack security network nodes to weaken Chang security. I don't really get that because I got access to one of the security rooms and it didn't do shit for us. Wonder if we go back to the bottom floor. I try to get access to the security station there. Enter a numerical code. Why this? Do we get a numerical code somewhere? Maybe. Dramaturgical research. Special projects passcode. Lab 12 access code. Yeah. We probably need to just put the code in the elevator and that's where we'll go. Whoa, slow down there. This is a restricted area. I'll need to see your ID. I'm not sure if we want to trust charisma. We have the security passes, don't we? Calm down, I'm from maintenance. Just here to replace some lives. It's not like I stole this uniform or something, if you don't mind. His uncertainty turns into an embarrassed chuckle. Haha, you're right. Between you and me, sometimes security can be a little overkill around here. Anyway, I won't hold you up. Good luck. Can't believe it. Yeah, it's not like you can just say that. You have to be able to sell it, and very few people can. This is in no way necessary for us to come to. If we could access to another security area, I'd be much more comfortable. What is this? Containment lab. Well, how about new? Danger in use. Do not enter. Security. Every floor will have its own. We probably want to go here, but there's no way we can. VP of Thaumaturgical Research. Right. Core system access. Chang research made. Vice President spares you a glance from over the top of her PDA. There's a bite to her voice. Who are you? Maintenance, ma'am. Do you want? Checking the stability of electrical ports throughout the building. Mind if I have a look? Everything's fine. Now get out of here before I call security. Sorry, I'll let you get back to your work. Yeah. You overhear a masked man in a lab coat mumbling to himself. After a moment you realize that he's narrating his actions. With a flash of his pen, he approves the incoming lab expenses. Son shall not suffer at the hands of miserly department heads. No, not on his watch. Such fiery acumen, such daring. He runs a hand through his luscious locks of stubble. The women swoon, men swoon. He is meta-humanity's last hope. Hmm. His shoulders stiffen in surprise. He makes a small sound, then looks at you. You can't tell if he's angry or embarrassed. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. How long have you been there? Actually, never mind. You're here to fix something? Just found out we've got the budget to make some upgrades, so I'm checking to see if your station needs any modification or equipment installation. Look, I do very delicate, complicated work here. The last thing I need is a bunch of bumbling maintenance slobs jeopardizing my work. I can see that. The spirits whom you channel to power your machinery are being monitored on the instruments over here, right? Seems as if you're probing the astral world to find out how they draw power from that plane. You, you can see all that. His baffled expression quickly morphs into one of ecstatic delight. No one else gets it, how crucial this project is. It's been so long since I've met anyone who understands my work here. I don't know where to begin. It's genius, really. Well, I invented it, so I am the genius, but the contraption itself is nothing short of spectacular. It uses advanced sonar to, in layman's terms, etch out an image of the astral plane. And instead of refracting off of physical objects, it refracts off of magical energies. Interesting. I know what you're thinking, but why are you digging around in astral space by a window? Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to discuss those details with you. I've been entrusted with this task, and I take my job very seriously. Is that right? I know, I can see the disappointment in your face. I suppose I could at least tell you where I store the information. The sonar scans are also cleverly transcribed into a separate terminal that is constantly updating the results. This technique allows me to paint a picture of an abstract space. Evolutionary, wouldn't you agree? Yes, of course you do. You understand. Ah, I guess. I'm sure you're wondering how I use this data to discern energies of value from nugatory ones inside astral space. Well, it actually relates to my sonar system. A minor adjustment that I made to its sound wave feature refines the oscillation signal and in turn alters my results. As the sound percolates through the other plane, only energies of substantial magical strength provide enough resistance for the signals to refract information back to my terminal. Hmm? He leans in and his voice drops. To be perfectly honest, I actually got the idea from a video game, Magic of Evermore, The Awakening. It was incredibly popular a decade ago. Have you played it? No, that doesn't matter. You don't have to have played it, you already get it. We're kindred spirits, you and I, just like Balgar the Great and his pox-faced friend, Pukak. Tell me more. Well, Part of Meta's battle system involved of the underworld, where the fights took place in complete darkness. You had to do a sweep attack with your ringing axe to see the opponent. The audible attacks would pass through lesser objects, but not the active energies of your enemies. The gameplay was crap, but the concept was there, and one day, on my 239th playthrough, I realized that its mechanics could be applied to an actual real-world system. It was plausible. Imagine that. I don't want to brag, but there's no other scientist in intra-astral research who could have accomplished what I've done. Built it from the ground up myself. I named the sonar system Balls. Bridged Astral to Lito document sonar, after Meta's hero Balgar. He smiles wide, looking thoroughly pleased with himself. Nerd! He must be very proud. I feel like I can talk to you about anything, you know. I rarely had that growing up. Everyone was so impatient with me. I can't imagine why. Obviously, I was a childhood prodigy. I never outgrew my genius, but that didn't seem to make a difference to my parents, classmates, or teachers. No one wanted to talk to me. When I finally got to university, the frat boys were so intensely jealous of my success that they used to bully me. One in particular harassed me mercilessly with names like Vin Dull and Vomit Voice. A tear glistens in the corner of his eye. He turns his head to the side and shouts in his shoulder, "Damn you, Jack Bronson! You know, I started wearing this mask soon after I graduated, which I did early, I'm sure you've guessed. So people will think I'm sick and be friendlier, but even if they start out friendly, the second I open my mouth they shrink away. I know it's my intellect that intimidates people. I just wish they could see past that. See me like you do." Ah, feigning a disability so people will be nicer to you. You're disgusting. Yeah. You know, someone with your sharp judgment could easily rise through the ranks here, especially with my recommendation in your files. That's very generous of you. Give it some thought. He cautiously glances over his shoulder. I really shouldn't be doing this, but I like you, so if you promise me that you won't tell anyone, I'll give you the code to our containment chamber. We hit the astral jackpot in there. It will blow your mind. But I'd be seriously breaking company ordinance, so... I promise, Wendell. He nods excitedly, mask popping up and down. Just don't let anyone see you enter, alright? Yeah, there was something behind at the end of this shit rainbow. 1915. Ah, what is in containment? Was this containment? Yep, that's in used on the anchor. You've rifled through the console. A few interesting folders catch your eye. Research journal. Most of the entries are dated, containing information on the various experiments performed on tanked subjects. But one stands out, a newer entry regarding the health of the subject, which appears unnamed. For unknown reasons, it's getting sicker and sicker. No amount of Chang's efforts has been able to reverse the ailment. Containment Breach Response Plan. The response plan is several pages in length, but the summary at the top provides enough information to understand the remaining content. Should a breach occur, all containment doors will close and the emergency door will be routed to this terminal. Additionally, if the subject escapes this floor, a rapid response unit is on call for immediate deployment. Lab controls. Open containment, open shutters. So we could basically have some kind of a creature take care of business here. I don't think so. Hack security network knows to weaken tank security. I think we're just going to see what's in the containment. Ah, fuck. Warning level blue. Unsealing the holding chamber will allow detained subject to pass through the containment barrier. Ah, well, I saved. I'm curious, sort of. Warning level green. Subject may be hostile to surrounding environment and organisms. Do you wish to proceed? Warning level yellow. Subject may incur massive financial and lethal damages, emergency measures notwithstanding. Do you wish to proceed? Warning level red. Secondary seal has been released. Containment door 2 is open. Locking down floor entrances and exits. Activating emergency plan vermilion. Emergency door override is now available. Advisory. Releasing the primary seal will open containment door 1. All effort should be made to contain subject. Open head. I guess we can let the creature do some damage. You don't want to let it in the laboratory. Head researcher's office door. What the fuck is that? Yeah, we could have easily seen that. Not release it. Right. Oops. Well, I didn't actually mean to do that. What the fuck? Well, someone's on the ball. I hadn't even had a chance to call the janitors. I only just killed it too. How did you... She shakes her head. No, never mind. Just get rid of this thing. It's leaking all over my person rug. I'm your man, but you'll want to leave for this. Things are going to get a lot worse in here before they get better. What do you mean? No way can I get this thing through the doorway, so some dismemberment will be required. Um, she pinches a bridge of her nose in frustration. I don't need to know the details. You do what you have to do. Just get it out. I'll be waiting in one of the spare offices. But don't just throw this body away. Put it in cold storage. Maybe we can still get something out of it. Spell focus, life siphon. Stash. Mage's items. Yeah. That's the main problem. This is one of the core nodes. Okay. So these are the things we need to find and hack apparently. Right? Special Projects Communication Archive. Alright. Small data archive node springs to life. It appears to be a set of mails tagged to a pre-initialized data center. The data center is labeled Special Projects. From Josephine Chang to David Yu. Dr. Yu, as I expressed in person, the assist-based security project is on an accelerated timetable. As such, I require regular updates to track progress. What is the status of the device? Miss Chang, please forgive my lack of proactive communication. I have been working around the clock to meet your timetable and was ignoring my mail in order to focus on the task. Lab 12 has already been fitted to support the Assist project, and I have several noted experts on memory modification contracted. They have already arrived on site. The security project is ahead of schedule, despite the timing concern that I articulated in our initial conversation. I must stress, however, that even though we are ahead of schedule, the operation's probability of success is low. I just wish to set the appropriate level of expectations. I'm pleased that you are ahead of schedule, Dr. Yu, but let us be clear, my expectations are already set. I expect success. Miss Chang, were this a simple memory wipe or even a straight replacement, it just like e.g. What is e.g.? Some kind of a Latin phrase. Swapping one discrete memory for another, my confidence would be quite high. The technology and the techniques are mature and well documented. The process of replacing a seminal event in a subject's timeline and then revising its myriad downstream memories is daunting work even in an open-ended time frame. Given the duration of the task, I cannot in good conscience predict higher than a slim probability of success. Deal with the terminal event with the prescribed timetable. Edward is 65. If the downstream memories appear contradictory or confusing, we will treat him for a medical condition linked to senility while we work the bugs out. Yes, madam. More information is always good. What exactly can I do here? Machine operations data. Assist. Only a small quantity of data resides here. The file header says something about a shutdown procedure for Lab 12, but it's bogged down in technical terms and code names that make understanding the contents of the file difficult. However, one data block clearly contains a few passphrases. Blocker IC password for the assist machine. Okay, that's probably useful. It'll save time. I think it's our time to try to get to Lab 12. We didn't really see what's in containment. Yeah, we should have just opened the shutters, I guess. Well, okay, what's the code? Dawn, dusk, night, noon. Hmm. Hmm. 44526. Numerical code acceptance. Please enter second sequence. Uh, so I guess we have to get access to the heavy security station. How are we gonna get the card? Where exactly is the leader of this place now? He disappeared into nothingness. Right. Need a key card. I trusted you. I trusted you. The finger in your face makes it objectively clear that you are the you in question here. I gave you that code, and instead of respecting our kinship, you betrayed me and let the monster out. Okay. I did not imagine this happening. This is a fairly powerful creature. Fireballs explode. Mana charge. Hmm. Ah, water spirit. Lovely. Very weak one. Very, very weak one. Worthless. Hmm. Yeah, I think you need to get to cover. We need to move quickly, very, very quickly. Damn it. It's the key card. Isabel's job at this point is to try to go there, make sure there's no real alarms. Cut the alarm in the security matrix. Ah, what do you do? Besides be worthless. Okay. Captain. Okay, try to block things if nothing else. And I need you to shoot at anyone besides her. Ah, shit. God damn it. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Oh, not so lucky. Hmm. I need to go after this guy. Isabel can't be doing this type of shit. We'll be using 2 points to go use that, so we can still waste 1 point. What are you gonna do? Hmm. Okay, holy crap. No! Fuck. I did not mean in any way to just log out of there.